Yeah, don't worry, it's fine. We have an hour. Oh, okay.
Okay, we are 3 minutes behind. Let's start. Hello, Mr. T. Are you ready? I
I
hope
am.
it's.
You went off
Hey,
now.
it just conked out by itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm ready. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. It's a long morning. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Lagos. Welcome to the Vintage Talk Show with the Faj and friends, wherever you are listening to us or watching us. It's going to be an interesting day. I'm your anchor. My name is Femi Akintunde-Johnson. My friends call me Faj. And I'm not alone. Thank God for that. I have my friend with me and my co-anchor, Tokunbo Ojekunle. Good morning, Tokes.
Good morning, Fudge. Good morning, Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome. Another beautiful, long, lovely day on radio. We do it together. Come on. Let's go.
Yes, let's go. Okay. Um, where do we start now? As usual, on the Vintage Talk Show, we continue to speak truth to power and shine light on dark sports. To kick off, quote for the week, and it's from Ethiopia. It says, "The fool speaks, the wise man listens." The fool speaks. The wise man listens. I think in the context of maybe arguments and all that, the one that yakking all over the place is likely maybe most likely foolish. Because when you talk to the Bible also says, too much word that's madness, that's
Yes,
foolishness.
a bit of that in
Yeah,
Proverbs. Yes, that's true.
yeah. But the wise one will listen so that you know when to respond, how to respond,
Exactly.
and what to respond. It's a good lesson for all. Don't be foolish. Be wise. Oh bye. Okay, let's have our knowledge booster. We call it fact checking. The Do you know knowledge boosters on your social media and internet space and all that? Now, know that chameleons change color to match any background. We've heard that since I was a baby. Chameleons, they
Mhm.
call some people chameleons because they're always their characters are changeable. They
Not
always
here,
change
not
it.
there.
Or they can say good morning, and then you have to check outside to ensure that it's actually
It's
morning.
more, it's
It's,
morning.
it's morning, and but the fact checker says it is misleading. It is misleading that they change color mainly to regulate temperature and communicate mood, not to blend perfectly with any background. Mm. So scientists are here. Have you heard that? It's not that you put the yellow and it turns yellow and all that stuff.
But the fact still remains that it does change color.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
When he's in the mood, whether he's hungry
Oh,
or he
in the
wants to
morning.
mate or he's afraid and all that, and then to regulate his temperature. But we have taken that one to a different level, you know. Okay, there you have it. So on the menu today we have entertainment news, we have Niger trends,
Yes.
and headline reviews, major newspapers, and if possible, we have Let's Rewind. That's become like a mantra. Every week is like, if possible, and it hasn't been. You know. Now I like to say during the week, during the entirety of the program, all our music will come from the release by billboards, the most, how will I call it, most prominent global
Prominent
music magazine.
releases.
Yes, billboard around the greatest Afrobeats songs of
Mm,
all.
mm.
Remember that Afrobeat has S. It's not the Baba one. Afrobeats,
Not a bit.
uh, the song, the 50 greatest and all time. I will be playing their top 5 or 6 if we can get all in our music lab. I think we'll likely get all. So you'll be hearing us from number 1, which I will start shortly. Now, before let me ask Mr. T, did anything special happen for you this week?
Uh, a lot of things, Fudge.
Just one,
In this country,
one small thing.
I like that. I like that. The manhandling, or so to speak, of the female
Of
copper.
the copper, that's on my
Yeah,
mind.
that
Exactly
touched
on
me,
my mind.
Fudge. I was watching it and I shed a tear. But I was glad when we heard later that the culprits were actually apprehended, and
Apprehended.
they lined them behind the cameras and all that. But let's pick it up from there later. But it actually was touching for me, really.
We have 5 stories about it lumped together in Niger Trend. So we get to it. That's exactly what was on my tongue, and you took it off me. Uh, Hopefully, we joined Mr. T back. I don't know what's keeping his voice. Okay. Uh,
I've been here.
okay,
Okay,
you are there. Great, great.
I
Okay,
didn't go.
I
You
like
you
your
you
style.
went. You
Oh,
went
I
off.
did.
I didn't go,
Okay.
but it's fine.
Um. Okay, so let's play the first one. Number 1 on Billboard's Afrobeats. And he's a lovely guy with a lovely voice in some kind of queer confrontation. I mean, what's it called? Incident now. The matrimonial nature that we'll rather not go into and all that. African Queen by Two-Face Idibia is their number 1. Do you understand? YouTube. You have done it. Intro. Number African Queen. The guy got that music.
He did. And it happens to be one of the songs that actually made me wonder what exactly is Afrobeat.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it got me wondering. Because
you add MI, you add Wale Cole, you add P Square. It's all mishmash.
It was a lovely piece. Evergreen.
I'll send it to you.
You remember Alex Vito Fudge?
I do.
There's a particular song that yes, he released a song like this particular beat.
Yeah.
It's the Wala Colombo. It actually is the Wala Colombo.
Yeah.
Produced by
play around
a bit of yeah.
I understand he wrote the song for Annie Macaulay.
Oh, Macaulay. Okay, wow.
Anytime she listens to it, it will be like a sour taste. I mean,
exactly.
This was in 2004, I think. And 19 years after, weather has changed.
Nothing lasts forever, though. Depends on the way you look at life.
Nothing.
Yeah. And he would have put all his soul into that song.
I want to go back on it. African Queen by Two-Face Idibia, released in 2004, and supposedly in honor and in obeisance to the love and beauty of his former girlfriend and then wife, Annie Idibia. 19 years after hearing this music now, it's not everybody that will be that pleased with it, with the situation, right? But like my brother says, nothing lasts forever. Yoruba people have a saying: friends cannot play for 20 years, and but sometimes it happens. Ideally, in marital affairs, you pray for long-lasting union, but sometimes things happen.
It does.
We just wish you could have made it or done it in a tidier manner, and don't turn into soft cell confetti.
Sometimes I wish the AI could help us see the future. So when you're about to get married, you see the future through the AI. And it tells you it's going to be rocky, stormy, beautiful, lovely.
Yeah. You know what is in the future and it's so gloomy and so bad. What am I struggling for now?
Nobody's going to do anything. Nobody's going to do anything. You just sit down.
I'm waiting for you. Why am I struggling?
Nobody will do anything.
Especially if it's going to be good, going to be great. Then you fool yourself and say,
no impatience anymore. Yeah, that's right. Just sit back and cross your legs.
That would be a terrible thing to do. Then you realize that future can change. Your future can change. There's this thing Yoruba called Kadara and Nanyomo.
Kadara
you can have Nanyomo, which will be the AI thing. But Kadara can change the whole thing along the way.
But you're actually writing the book for the AI. You're actually writing the AI book. You're reprinting it.
Okay. Now let's move on. Let's move on to entertainment news, as compiled by Osifowora Ogundadegbe, who unfortunately will not be here with us to read it. So between Mr. T and I, we'll find a way around it. Okay, we'll start on a sad note. It says here, Chief Coroner's cause of death revealed. Nollywood veteran Kehinde Olusegun Akiremi, popularly known as Chief Coroner, died last week just before his 70th birthday and 50 years on stage. The US-based lawyer Olabi Sali said Coroner had asked him for financial help for an appendicitis surgery. He sent 350,000 naira, only to hear the actor's death 3 days later. So apparently, it is complications from appendicitis surgery, supposedly. I don't know.
So touching.
I didn't know it was that fairly old, almost 70. But he's still young.
We all look young, right? Yeah.
It's very early. That about 14, 15 years of age. Well, most if I didn't go to school, for instance, if I didn't go to secondary school, I probably will also be 50 something years on stage now. I'll be Mr. T. Then you will be like 60 something years on stage. Oh my.
Well, God is good. Oh, sad. His case quite sad, though. Very sad. I recall his activities and all of his productions, few of them. One of the few Yoruba enthusiasts that I actually followed for a while, and I was always with TV then and stuff. But God knows best.
I knew his older brother more. I think it's Shegun Akiremi or something. Who was slightly on the slimmer side, and he used to be on stage a lot. I think Korontu was on stage at the beginning of his career. We all grew up around the Bute Metal thereabout, and it was interesting. But life happens. And appendicitis is supposed to be a terminal or something.
These things, they have a way of picking one name that probably change the metamorphosis to other shapes. Yes. You mentioned complications. Anything could have or might have happened.
It's true. It's so sad. So Adeo, Chief Karo. I like his flamboyance, especially in his character roles, especially those stock roles when he plays as chief, as a stubborn chief, or as a wealthy, what do you call them? Those ones that carry side chicks, what do you call them? Sugar daddy and all that. Yes. He played those roles excellently well. either in English or Yoruba, and that's another good part about him. He could do English, he could
Yeah,
do
right,
Yoruba
quite.
production. It was quite versatile, right? So we asked that the family that he left behind to be will receive the fortitude to bear this loss, and
Amen. Amen.
may his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
Oh, okay. Another on today. This is second story says Naira Mali on Mohbad's demise.
Okay.
I beg your pardon. Naira Mali says Mohbad's death came as a shock while he was out of the country. He claims he couldn't even mourn properly before accusations began linking him to the tragedy. I don't know if you watched that documentary. I think I understand it's over an hour long that
I didn't
he
watch.
presented and give all kinds of documented evidence and what they call receipts now to show
Wow.
the is the issue about the same man. They still don't know how he died, why he died, and who was involved and who not, and all that. It's so exasperating. People were detained, then they were released, then there's a coroner, then there's the autopsy, then all sorts. Every day they turn it into some kind of reality show and all that. I think we just, find closure and let peace reign. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, Raj, but it's so worrisome. If we can't solve such a riddle, you know,
I mean,
I
all the
yeah,
all the all the combat all the participants were are alive. All the
yeah.
so why is it turned into
I don't know.
drama? You know, and all kinds of insinuations. This is paternity about this, DNA this, one this, all sorts of. They just it was becoming like a soap opera. It's needless. You can't get to
Over
the bottom of
time,
this. You
no, you
know,
can't. Over time, I've always believed that everybody has probably two versions of a biography. The one you have written, and when the person passes on, another
the one
version
that will
comes out. We'll be said,
mm,
yeah, that's true. So, and that makes life very difficult sometimes for people. Different things you hear
well,
after. Oh, that person has a baby for him. Another person, he got married. All these different like, he walked all through his life. Didn't have a car. You know, it's so touch.
it's just a
Oh, I'm worried. I'm worried. It's scary too.
talented,
Mm,
person, and just cut short.
yeah,
Uh, the
very short.
insinuation from what he said about drugs and all that. There's financial impropriety, just all shades. You're raking up all kinds of things, then they start the drama all over again. I think everybody should just shut up and let this thing move away. Let it move to the court of justice if they are truly interested in finding the
Hmm.
culprits. Okay.
Hmm.
Now to Jim Ike. He says he has a word for single mothers. Actor Jim Ike has stirred debate, saying single mothers cannot raise their sons to become proper men, in quotes. Speaking on OKFM in Accra, he argued that boys need a male figure to grow into real men. uh, Ike, well, you have to be in their shoes to know how he feels. You can't extrapolate from outside and begin to
Exactly.
pontificate and do theories about who can
It's a,
who
it
can make a
will
man.
take
You know,
it will take a
apart
whole
from
lot of
God,
pieces.
you can have the man and woman
Yeah.
mentoring and nurturing the boy, and it turns bad. And you can have no parent at all to mentor to nurture, and it turns good. You can't say
I can,
yes.
I can't.
There's likelihood that some boys need masculine discipline and all that,
Mhm.
but beyond God, beyond intervention of God, managing. It's not a one-way thing. I don't think it's a one-rule thing that if a man is there, then he must walk out. You know, because there's some men that are very useless men that are not there and they are there. You know, and while some are hardworking, they do all sorts, and it's still not. They're not happy with what they have seen. You know, so it's grace of God. Yes,
It is.
it's good. It's good that the man should be around. You know, it's not just any man. A true father, you know, should be around, and it might help. But a strong woman can also make things happen. Can also make things happen with the grace of God. You know, so I don't think there's 100% guarantee
No, it's
that
not.
every child mentioned by a single woman will turn bad or will not become a real man. Oh, what is the real? What does it mean by a real man? Self?
He must be speaking from an angle of experience. At the same time, I said earlier that we'll need a whole thesis to solve that riddle.
Yeah.
A great study because you've actually nailed it, Faj. 3 different things you said are very possible. And a friend of mine said, if you had a mother like his mom and asked me what the mom's job was or vocation, ask me. She was a soldier, and she brought up all those kids and dealt with them in the military fashion. All of them.
Yeah,
I keep telling you, Tokunbo, you don't know what you're talking about. If you pass through my mother, you will not be the same. You won't be the same again. He blows the whistle for you to wake up, not alarm. She blows the whistle, and you must be in the sitting room. Everybody gets up.
Wow.
Plus the male and the female, everybody, they line up. Okay,
Wow.
where is he? Where is he? Go and look for him. Oh, everybody to the kitchen, get your water, do this. I said, wow, beautiful. Anytime she's down, according to him, that she's a little bit malaria, fever, they are always very happy. Can you imagine? They're so happy.
About to be ill. Oh my! It happens. I mean, there's no one rule thing about it. You know, I believe in the grace of God and a lot of other factors. You know, so I can't speak to it. Mike has his own principles.
He would have.
Yeah, and his own experience, like you said. Yeah. Okay. Next story is about Femi Kuti's tour. Afrobeats legend Femi Kuti and his band, The Positive Force, have wrapped up 24 shows across North America in just 1 month. His son Madi praised the 63-year-old's feat, but lamented that blogs ignored it, saying they only rush to report bad news. Because there is no cascade here. They're not giving them money. Femi just going on. Yeah. Roll. It's doing all over the place. When you finish, you come out. You know?
Everybody, thanks for coming. Shakes hand and moves away.
They don't have time for that, though. They want something, you know. But that's a fantastic piece of.
Very. I'm so excited. I was excited when I read that story. I was so excited. At 63, 24.
Wow. 24
that's huge. It's huge. Must have been well planned, though. Finally executed. Yeah. Oh, let's talk again.
So that won't be up to more than 10, 20 or 18 shows. So this 24. If there's a break in between, that means one of the shows or 2 or 3 of the shows were double bill. You know, wow, that's fantastic. And so Femi, boys are waiting for you in Nigeria when you return.
Don't scare him, please.
No, I mean not the bad boys. Though. I don't mean the bad boys.
I know. Of course, yes, I know what you mean.
I saw one rascal in one video, and then they signposted it to Ikeja. Took a gun to a guy, they call him Ikeja Big Boy, the plump-looking guy, man, and he was going to shoot him, and until he released his jewelry, all this big jewelry stuff. And they say 4 million. Did you see it? He was
I didn't see that.
He was there. I think the CCTV captured him, and he was pointing gun. And he came on an Okada, and he left on Okada. in Ikeja. Within 2 minutes, the thing is gone. I said, thank God for his life. You know, those are not the kind of boys we are talking about. Okay.
It's okay. We'll talk about that later. I hope.
Later, yes. We're moving on to Tiwa Savage. Adi says she speaks on remarriage. Tiwa Savage says she's still open to marriage, but insists her standards remain high. According to her, her ideal man must be young, wealthy, have a private jet, and no baby mama drama.
Yeah.
And this is coming from someone like a baby mama to somebody, you know. So,
I read that story fact. And the part that got me, was the jet thing. Must have jet. That was what got me. The other thing about baby mama and stuff didn't get me, but that jet thing just I read it again. I said, wow, could she be real?
Why not? She travels a lot in jets, so yeah, our standards are high. We want them. You that you want to marry Tiwa Savage, is that trying to marry Rihanna or Beyonce, Nigerian version. You have to be up to scale. You need to have at least 2 or 3 jets so that you can give Madam one. You can take to market and do all sorts that you want. You know, it's like when you have like cars. You know, I like her level, but the one that freaks me is that baby mama drama. You know, he probably wants the man to be single or what, or be a divorcee or what, someone or be marrying. You know, he will not have.
But must be young. Must be very young. Must be a young person, right?
I like this woman. I like her. You know, I like, but the list is going to be so lean because it's very difficult for many people to meet the criteria she has set for herself. Oh well, we wish good luck and best wishes in finding that man.
But she's not searching. She's not searching. She's not searching.
Well, she's not searching, but she's giving you her criteria. What she wants in a man, the next man. Yeah. Anyway, why you say she's not searching? It's not wishful thinking. No, she's serious about it. I think she's serious about it.
No, I'm not saying she's not serious about it. I just said she's not searching.
And it's giving us a list.
It's just a word of people. That's all. She's actually setting a boundary. She's actually setting a boundary.
I get your point. As you come and say, hey, see the list. Do you qualify? Now don't need to talk. Hey, can I have your number? No, see the list. Do you
see the list? You match this. You match these things. Don't waste my time. Please don't waste my time.
Okay. Our last story on entertainment news is Odunlade Adekola beats father farewell. Actor Odunlade Adekola has laid his father, Pastor Nathaniel Adekola, to rest in Otun Ekiti. The 84-year-old cleric was honored with a week-long program, ending with an elaborate burial attended by family, fans, and colleagues. No, I was surprised. I thought the Odunlade was from Abeokuta, and to know that it's from Otun Ekiti is interesting. And we commiserate with him. The old man tried 84. 84 is not bad. It could be longer, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Abi, you know?
Yes, so it's a grace. It's an age of grace, yes.
And I saw some snatches of the ceremony. It was quite elaborate and I suppose very befitting for the actor and his family. Okay, all the best. We still say, may Baba's soul rest in peace, and the children and all his left friends continue to keep his legacy alive. And so, Mr. T, we have come to the end of the entertainment beat. We take this number 2 music on the Billboard's greatest Afrobeat songs of all time, and it's called Ojekunle by Wizkid.
Yeah, that is Afrobeat. Yeah.
Ojekunle.
It's legendary beat.
It's a lovely music, lovely bit of music.
Lovely, lovely. This is Afrobeat. This is what I call Afrobeat.
Mm. Mm. Hey, Bosun now.
Morning, sir.
How you day?
I'm very well, sir.
I can see you are smiling. Your last visit to Emirates was not wasteful. I mean, it's to Old
It
Trafford.
was Manchester.
Yeah, Old Trafford.
Manchester.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's today we're going to Emirates.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Emirates today.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Against Leeds,
Leicester.
5:30.
Leeds. Leeds, 5:30. Yeah, that's
it's not disgrace you. Those Leeds are not bad. we survived our own scare yesterday.
No, it was a great match.
It was. I don't understand this league again. Any idiot can just beat you up now. They just score you anyhow.
Nobody expected the scoreline.
Oh no. They were in shock. And our people are still complaining. How they allow this?
Nigerians,
they are always complaining. How can they allow that good shot? How can it? Was it slip? You scored 5 goals. Good morning, Aki.
Good morning, Uncle Bad.
Morning, Bosuka. How are you guys?
Fine, sir.
Very indulgent, very entitled fans. They be complaining about 1 goal. You can't fight. Oh my.
Yeah. The other day, one was online. He was writing something. He said he advised them to go for this person based in, I think, Germany. They didn't get the guy. And the money was very small. Somebody now replied him and said, hey, small money, eh? Can you help them? Why don't you help them pay for
this? They be talking like owners of the place.
Pay for the guy and bring
no more than the coaches, eh?
They should use this person and then come out with this. I say, eh? Oh man. You can't get them. If their calculation fails, they will change to something else.
Okay, but that thing is keeping a lot of men alive, oh.
Well. One day we'll talk about the menace of football.
True.
Oh my.
Very, 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 very correct. Yes. They look forward to something weekends. They look forward
Okay,
to
Mr. T, I'm
something.
going back on live.
All right then.
Okay, we're back. That was Ojekunle as Mr. T thumb printed it. That was Afrobeat. Okay, you know, with the net. That was Whiskey. I think one of the earliest. I think it was in 2000 and
Mm-hmm.
2014. That's almost about 10 years after African Queen. It was a banger. That's already 11 years ago. Okay, you can join us going forward. The number to call is 0913 697 3485. Once again, 0913 697 3485. We quickly want to touch one or two papers, their headlines, the cover stories. Before I start that, I'd like to welcome on board legal experts and avid Arsenal supporter it was in Old Trafford last week to salvage some pride, and he's back with us. Uh, welcome on stage, Bosun Osifowora. Good
Good
morning, Bosun.
morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, listeners. It's good to be here.
Okay, and he's getting ready for today's Emirates showdown, and we're praying for good health for Bosun. We don't know Arsenal that much. Uh, we're with us this morning also. Coming, I hope his voice is clear. Looking ready for fights. Is a commentator, Akintunde-Johnson. Good morning, Aki.
Good morning, Uncle Fudge. Good morning, everybody. It's that day stop of knowledge.
Good
So,
morning.
okay.
There's going to be a lot of there's going to be there's going to be a lot to fight about.
I can go on,
There'll be a lot to fight over today.
Okay, there will be. Okay, let me quickly look at the cover page of Punch this morning. And it leads with UTME. How we breach. Just a moment. How we breach CBT center servers for candidates. This is the hackers talking.
Wow.
Compromised operators behind exam fraud, say mercenaries. Proprietors Association rejects generalizations. You don't generalize. Yes, we know, but like our people will say, from every smoke, before fire there will be smoke.
Mm-hmm.
So some people sat down and hacked the CBT centers servers. Is it that they paid them to do it, or is it a free job just to see how much pain you can cause parents and students? I don't understand.
Fudge, what's the intention of those who scam us through the banks? What do they have in mind when they do it? What are they thinking about? These guys are just experimenting. They want to beat the technology. They want to show that you guys we don't have you're not
the banks are they make money. They want to make money. What are these ones trying to make?
Money too.
Money as well.
Money too. Because I remember the Uncle Fudge, still on this show, I told you about schools that organize these things. They do. Pay those people because it's all of a sudden the technology was introduced for CBT centers, and we now started having issues of glitch on. It is because some people have been deprived of their illegitimate livelihood, so to speak. That is why we are having all these problems. Because I bet you, Uncle T, they said that we should not generalize, but unfortunately, even when you come to your own immediate locality, if you count the schools that are not involved, you will be amazed that they are so minute I remember that I had to commend the principal of my child's school. For junior WAEC, they were cheating. For junior WAEC, they were organizing. They were really out to make sure this, especially nowadays, public schools. As in, I was telling one of my nieces, I was telling her that would you read? Said that they said they would teach us, and they did.
Okay.
Teach them what? Teach them what? Teach them what?
If I may come in, Aki, the way parents have been involved in exam malpractices in the past 20 years, you can't rule out the fact that they are the ones responsible for this hacking job. That they are the ones who paid these hackers to find. It's an organized crime.
It's an organized crime, yeah.
Yes.
Bosun,
and what is unfortunate is that children no longer want to read from primary to secondary to university. And the parents are encouraging them not to read, and they're finding alternative means for them to pass. What is further sad is the fact that we pay more now for education than we've ever paid. School fees are high up there, yet we get little results from the schools. You still have to pay for lesson teacher after paying all the millions and everything. And these kids don't have this capacity to read and pass. So instead of allowing their monies to waste, they look for alternative means, which involves this whole hacking thing. It's an organized crime, it's an orchestrated thing with everybody involved, schools, parents, and some other organizations that have to benefit from this. So that's it. It's nothing. And JAM is doing an amazing job. Same with WAEC, but the people are not stopping. It's like if you go one step, we go 10 steps ahead of you. And it's sad. It's an unfortunate development for the country.
Wow. Next story on the cover of the Punch newspaper. It's actually called Saturday Punch. So it's one. I don't know. I don't understand it. The presidency backs EFCC on Atiku's son in-law hunt. They're actually one young man, I think 34 years old or thereabout, Ike or something like that is his name. Supposedly online, I understand is Atiku's son. Which one is the presidency backing him? Are they playing football that is what?
I think it's a slug. The slug of the story.
Because this is when they will say that EFCC is being politicized and all that. Why don't you just leave them, let them do their work? Why are you backing them? Do they say they need backing or they're afraid to do the work? I don't understand the intervention of.
I think they're just trying to politicize that thing because of the personality involved. Nigeria, I think journalists have a way of maybe, they have their own people they are supporting. So once somebody has been alleged of a criminal infraction, the next thing is you find a way to skew that thing to favor your own person and also now make the agency prosecuting look bad. You remember when Tambuwa was called in about 2 weeks ago? The whole headlines were APC is after ADC and all that. And you wonder, has this man committed a crime? Has he been found guilty or, is something wrong? Yes. So is it a question of where he's coming from or what party he belongs or the fact that he has done something heinous? So these days, people no longer look at somebody as a thief. They look at it as, this is my own thief. That's their own thief. So, and then you support your own because of what you benefit from it. So that's basically what it is. Because if you remember this story, it's been in the news for a couple of weeks. The GM of NNPC and the Rwanda retreat for 2 days and the amount of millions and all the money spent. And I learned this person is involved. So that's basically what's going on. So
Okay,
sensationalizing it is not the best way to go. Let's look at what they've done.
yes,
You remember that girl that was involved in that UTME's course?
Yes.
And at the end of the day, what we heard was that it was because she was from the southeast. That is why
exactly
she was being hosted. And unfortunately, most of the players that we thought we are respected that spoke out of turn, when the truth came out, they never apologized. They never did.
They never did. They never did.
You know, gentlemen, that's why I say the presidency need not just push underground the narrative that this man has been this man has been caught and is from this side. You can push that narrative without having to say presidency endorses or backs. No, it's needless, because it's the same accusation that
a minute. So my problem is those who write those stories. My problem is the newspaper that is actually giving that slog. Sometimes
they must be responding to communication from the presidency. They can't just fabricate it.
Sometimes they fabricate to fudge.
No, not this level of media. We're not talking about bloggers. No, Mr. T, don't say that. That's very
Fudge. Okay.
I'm sorry, Fudge. I'm sorry I touched you this morning, but it's a fact. No. I'm going to take just 1 second, 1 extra second, making 2 seconds. By the way, they said when the election results came out, this current election came out, I read somewhere that they said the main party, actually made jest of Peter Obi. That, okay, why are your people now? We beat you in that. You know that kind of sense of writing. If you read that story and you are very fickle-minded, what you would think is that APC issued a statement that, oh yeah, come on, let's go. Where's your strength now? But that's not the story. When guys write these days, they actually wear the story. They put themselves inside the story, and they are actually not manipulated. I don't know you being manipulated. I think that they deliberately said it, just as it's been said earlier. I think Bosun said it all well. But I think it's been, they deliberately do it because they also belong somewhere. They have affiliations somewhere. So guys to have a very unbiased, they must be very, very strong on their faith. The things that they slug out. Do you know some? Wow, okay. Newspaper Readers Association. You remember there was a time we had it. Newspaper Readers Association. We had it. I will never forget. There was just a headline during the NPN, just one headline, and it shook the whole of Ojota. They have their bench under the bridge, I remember. And my station was just down the road. And we will go there every morning to hear what they are saying in the morning, to make our early morning conclusions about topics. This slog was wrong. I can't recollect exactly what they were. This slog was so badly done. You will have gone to the street and carried your sticks and gone to jail. We are going to fight today. But of course, later we got to know that was not the story. So sometimes, with due respect to the joints of the profession of journalism, I've said it here before, and I'm going to repeat it. Like people like you in your likes who actually are ready to give services of facilitations and teaching free to these young guys. These young guys are an offshoot of what you now see online. People just write anything and they fly anything because they make money off those things. That's the truth. And we're so gullible, we take these stories and never think about it. No, we must begin to search our mind. How can you do
that? The culture of neutrality is gone.
Mr. T, Bosun, and the Akinda is shaking his head like a Agama lizard in background. Let me offer a tentative. Let me offer a tentative apology. While we were talking, I quickly ran to the internet version of the paper, and of the 6 or so stories on the headline, on the actual cover, that's the only one I can't see on it. All the others are there. So I wanted to read it and shame you. I'm now at a crossroad. Maybe I will see it later before the end of the show. But these people should not let me fall your hand, as they say. I still can't see. I'm scrolling down. I still can't see the headline, so that I could go into the story and shame you all. I will need to. I still have friends there. I will need to reach out to them to complain on your behalf. Okay. Let's. So I'm okay. I'm okay. Don't worry. We'll live to fight another day. One more story to from the punch, and I wanted to. We're going to discuss it later in the show, so I don't want to dwell so much on it. Quite a number of them here. Concerns mount over 25% paternity fraud report. Fathers share mixed feelings on DNA tests. There's a claim. I think we'll discuss it later in the show, so don't let us pour too much water here. One says, I'm scared to return to my duty post. Anambra corper stripped naked by vigilantes, which we also discuss if we have the time. And what else is there? I took in, I think it's okay. Let's see what other newspaper that we can touch now. Weekend Trust. What does Weekend Trust have to us? It's so easy to go through Weekend Trust. They just have 3 or 4 stories and we are done. The first one, the main one says by-elections heighten fears for 2027. You know, sometimes I wonder, some papers, do they produce to sell or just to display? Because I don't see any headline. This headline, I don't see how it's going to happen. Then the second headline, second major headline, said rice mills collapsing. You know, we're supposed to be on Saturday. Then where we declared Article son-in-law wanted, which is not bad. 4 Benue lawmakers suspend over plots to impeach speaker. And that's all. Gentlemen, let's take a break. And we come back with Niger Trends. We'll finish a little bit early today for commercial reasons. And I will take us to, we can't find, I don't know, for one reason or the other, we are playing the according to billboards, the greatest songs, the greatest Afrobeat songs of all time. And I can't find the number 3, which is Flavor, Nwa Baby, Ashewo remix. Maybe because of the Ashewo, they removed it from the list. Because of that word, they removed from the down list. So number 4 on their all-time list, 2022 production by Rema, a global hit called Calm Down.
Yeah. Guys are geniuses, really. They really bring out.
That's a good music.
Yeah, really good. Really good music.
Uncle Fight.
Sir?
That DNA thing. Totonio.
Wow.
Oh man, I'm waiting for your response. When again, don't waste it now. Let me.
Totonisha.
I have. It's not funny again, no.
It's not.
Wow.
Most of our divorce times is DNA related.
Wow.
Wow.
It's not play. In fact, you see result, you fear. Young couples
Wow.
But me, I can't do it though.
Bosun is about to happen now. Bosun, the lifestyle people are living now, it's bound to happen. Because
but I can't do that thing, no. You'll be damaged for life.
For life.
No,
For life.
I can't do it though.
For life.
Especially when it's like 10 years and above. You have poured your life into the child.
Even if it's 1 year, do you know how much they used to do wedding these days?
No. 1 year, you can still patches, can forgive one another.
Emotionally, some people will be damaged.
But you know something? I grew up knowing this thing. My mom used to say, bless her soul, Iyalo mo baba omo.
True.
no.
These days,
She always said that thing.
Yeah, will not talk. Sometimes some
Yeah, we
of
talk.
the yeah these days, they don't know again.
Uncle Chi, these years, these days don't know. In the days of,
They
I
don't
mean,
know.
pardon my
There have been
expression,
multiple.
where people do multiple sex partners, they don't know.
But so that's why I said that during these days, it's bound to happen. As in, I have cases of ladies that left the mainland. We know they went to the island for their hookup. Now, I'm now getting wedding invitations from them, and the wedding invitation, you would think, okay, maybe they've stopped all those and this thing. They still come to the mainland. You see them all dressed skimpily, recruiting ladies to go to parties. The same person that wants to get wedded. And I'm looking at, okay, so if something happens during the outing, the supposed husband will now carry, because of course if she gets pregnant and wedding is coming up, she will not terminate anything now. She will just pin it on the guy, and
the guy
down the road,
carry over. Yeah.
down the
Carry
road,
over.
the guy.
That thing is very true. People do validatory services
Yes.
for relationships now. You're leaving this person, you want to go and marry this person, and you are validating in here. You just do one last thing and go. It's rampant now.
Yeah, it is.
It's
So,
horrible. It's sad, but it's what's obtainable now.
Oh, Jesus.
because everything is about the money now. Everything is about the money now. And funny enough, I keep on asking them, so you are doing it because of the money? I'm not seeing the money. Because at the end of the day,
Let's make responses concise because of time. We have about 38 minutes, about, instead of the normal 45 minutes.
Apparently, you have 30 minutes, Sponge. Count down.
I've removed out the counting. Anyway,
okay.
whatever it is, it's okay. We have about on paper we have about 45 minutes, but I just want
Where's my Lele colleague?
She's not around. Maybe
She's off today.
Yes, she's off this week. Okay, we're back. This is the Vintage Talk Show with the Fudge and friends. I have Mr. T with me.
Studio knockout.
As in stories of importance to us, the things that we want to talk about, and hope that the powers that be get to hear that. And now be churning out. There's a major terrible assault on humanity as a nation or as a people, and it encompasses 5 stories. So I'm going to congeal them into one. I just read the headlines for you, then I'll try and cherry pick them all around. It starts with assault on core member. Anambra governor reacts. NBA demands prosecution over Anambra's assault. NYSC condemns attack, offers support to victim. Then lawyer says operatives threatened to rape and kill core member. And so on and so forth. Let me just quickly identify the story for us. Anambra state government has condemned the brutal assault of core member Jennifer Elobo by local security operatives in Oba. Viral footage showed the officers from Akintunde-Johnson vigilante group beating and stripping her despite her NYSC identification. Governor Soludo's aide, Ken Emekwai, confirmed the operatives have been arrested, suspended, and are under investigation, describing their action as unacceptable and wrong. That's two gentle words to describe. I watched the video. I had to remove my eyes. It was horrible.
It was,
It was
it was
horrible. As the woman
terrible.
was trying to cover her privacy, they were pulling
She
it.
was covering up exactly,
What is
and
it?
they continued to.
Why you stripping a human being like you just to in daylight outside, right? And they're like and they were carrying something that looks like
Guns.
gun. You don't see
No,
that?
they were carrying guns. They were carrying
I
guns.
watched.
Yeah,
I
I'm
saw
like,
it. They were all armed.
I don't know if vigilantes carry guns. You know, they are
Uncle Fat,
no, it's so bad. Nah.
if we go to the
Wow.
root of the issue, the fact is this: policing in Nigeria is inadequate by the standard for which there should be police, and people have agitated for communal policing, and the state also feels the need for it. Before this thing is done, there should be proper training and retraining of personnel. That's basically what it is here. Because I remember about 10 years ago, I was involved in training of LASMA officials at there's a place in Magodo, PSSDC or something. So I was taking them law for about 30 weeks. So we'll have to tell them how the law relates to what they're doing. And I think it's an annual or biannual thing. Now, so despite all the training, we still saw a few infractions here and there by these operatives. So when states are going for this communal policing, there need to be proper training for them, because what we have is that you just get some retired soldier or retired police officer to head the thing, they recruit boys, and that's all you have. And then these people look for people who have offended them in the course of carrying out their duty. They do some extracurricular, extrajudicial activities which are not supposed to be. They do not understand the constitutional position that every human being, every citizen of Nigeria has a fundamental right for the dignity of that person to be protected under the laws. They don't understand these things. There are no formal trainings, there are no retrainings for them. So it is on the state. And finally, if you look at the SSA who wrote what Uncle Fad read, that they've been reined in and all that. I read the whole thing. For me, that's more painful. His communique was more painful than what happened to that lady.
What happened?
He used every line to justify the fact that they were acting in the course of their duty. They were doing.
Imagine.
Wow.
He did
Manipulative.
everything to justify the fact that they were carrying out their work. So you don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
But
You know what? I bear what I just heard what Bosun said. They need to be trained. They need to be retrained. I understand that. My problem is they need to gauge and guard the intake. People coming in for that kind of service must be checked psychologically. Check for drugs. Because there is no other thing I can imagine that you would do as a man, a father, a brother, an uncle to either your sister, your daughter, or your wife. What they did was, it was so animalistic.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that trainings aren't good. They're okay. They're fine. You must be lettered and doctored and knowledgeable. And in a spate of time that we've just gone through all this kind of experiences in the whole Nigeria airspace, we have seen a lot, starting from the Ibom air disaster. Let me use it carefully. Definitely all that things, and then you now get to this point and you are not involved. If you watch that thing, you will see that they were actually not looking at the woman. They were actually beating out some spirits they felt she had inside of her. It was so bad. This one is not training, no. This is what is just it's a spit of madness. And a second of it could destroy everything. And they had guns. They were armed.
But beyond the training, beyond psychological test, I think if we don't have repercussions for all these things, it will keep happening.
Severe punishment.
Because There is no punishment. I was going to point it out what Mr. T said, the Ibom Bear thing. When passengers in the plane started coming out to say, see, one air hostess was very nice, was very calm. The other one that was causing the issue was the one that escalated everything. All of a sudden, Ibom here, they kept quiet. They were not. The government now used that story
Angle.
to justify what happened.
Justify what happened exactly. Yeah.
And the judge generalized that, okay, this one happened, that one happened. Okay, this is what we're going to do about everything, rather than take every case at its own merit. There was no punishment. Now, I remember them yesterday. I was reading on a platform that there was a story some weeks ago about some policemen that they actually beat this guy up, and him and his friends, they were inside the vehicle. They actually beat them up because the tinted permit was expired. That was the only thing, and they actually broke his head. So they said, according to
I read that.
According to the story, they said the 6 policemen have been dismissed. That was what, according to the story. But for this, again, I am looking at, was it 2-3 days ago, a university, the security outfit in the university, they were actually dragging these ladies. Why? Because they said the university just made a new law that said that there should be no graduation, or what do we call it? This passing out. We signed on the shirt and stuff like that one. The ladies had their signed out and stuff like that, and they said the students assumed you just made this law, maybe it's going to take effect next year, and they were dragging these ladies, and everybody kept quiet because we simply felt the university, and everybody, we keep on doing these things to each other.
Yes,
it's bad. Either state, either private, either federal. It's bad.
You know what they should do? You know what I think they should do? It might sound crude. What they should do? They should take this man to the public square, invite this Mrs. Lobo to come and strip them naked, and give them lashes, 12 lashes each, right?
But Uncle Fudge, do you know the average Nigerian is very oppressive if given small power?
Yes. That's the fulcrum of my argument in the article today.
The average Nigerian is oppressive. You won't know until they are given small power.
Okay, let's move on. This one is an interesting one, and I'm sure Bosun will headline it prominently based on expertise and area of concentration. Since paternity crisis, Nigerians call for DNA tests at birth. A new DNA testing report has reignited debate in Nigeria with calls for mandatory DNA tests at birth. Right? Smart DNA Nigeria revealed that 1 in 4 paternity tests still comes back negative, showing many presumed fathers are not biological parents. In a Vanguard poll, 78% of Nigerians backed compulsory testing, while critics warned it could breach privacy. Experts say the trends reflect the growing concerns over trust, family stability, and legal rights. Lawyer, what do you say?
Sorry, I'm laughing.
It's very serious.
I apologize, really. Wow.
It's a very serious case. I don't think it will be supported. It will become a law. It won't, because it's something that has very damaging effect. Just earlier on behind in the studios, we were talking, and I think someone made allusion to the fact that particularly where marriage is 10 years and above. And I said, see, even if it's 1 year, the amount of money that people invest in wedding ceremony is enough. Then setting up a house as a young couple buying new things, fixing the house. You put in a lot financially and emotionally. So, and then when you're now confronted with a child who is not your own, it's almost unbearable, regardless whether you've been 20 years or just 2 years in the marriage. But this is where I'm going. Professionally speaking, and I say this with all sense of caution. If I wasn't a lawyer, I probably would just discredit this news that paternity fraud, 25%, and all these statistics given. But from my practice and from watching other activities in court, one of the fulcrum of divorce and dissolution of marriage lately is this issue of paternity fraud. I've had a couple that I've had to represent clients on. And we've also had instances where even our own, we'll have to defend some people regardless. But for me, it is damaging, it is shameful. I would not subscribe to DNA tests. It's the solution to some people, but conducting a DNA test at birth, it may be damaging to the country. In fact, if somebody said when we were discussing this yesterday, that if they run DNA tests around Nigeria, that the chaos will be more than, the civil war of the 60s will be pale compared to the chaos because you can rest assured everywhere will scatter. Because these days, one of the things I've also seen with marriages lately, you see people who are still attached to people they have dated before.
Yeah.
And all these things are the basis. They are the fulcrum for which you have this issue of paternity, of the children being scattered. Married people still involved in funny things. People are getting married, they are, signing off with their exes. These are things that will create the basis for this kind of thing.
And have it.
And it's so bad that if they run DNA tests around all families today in Lagos alone, we might have to declare a state of emergency.
No, it's really worrisome. You know what? The first thing that hits me is that it would take a situation like that to be achieved after the child you are talking about is clocking about 30 or 40 years. So at the age of 40 years, the guy is waking up to say, Mom, where's my father, my real father? And he's beginning to show the light. It's very worrisome. Now, somebody even said beyond that sometimes you need to watch the attitude of the children, the character they have grown up with. One man said that he looked at his daughter one day and said, "Are you sure you're actually from me? Because I don't think I have this kind of thing running in my family." And that's what the emergency, that thing Bosun said, is very critical for me. That's why I said some people will say, let's get to know from day one.
Quickly, Uncle T, quickly. Everything is not hinged on promiscuity. I need to keep this in. Yeah. We've seen instances of nurses exchanging babies too.
Yes. That's a violation of women.
They do.
Rape and all that.
Yes. So but what is primary is the issue of sexual promiscuity ranks very high on the list of reasons for paternity fraud. But there are other instances as well, which it's a debate on its own. But God help us. But I know it's so bad now. Do you know the average man cannot man up to go and do a DNA? Even those who claim they are sure, they just claim on the surface. Nobody wants to do it because the effect on your heart, psychologically, financially, is devastating. So what you don't know will not kill you. Just leave it and let's go like that.
Let it glide.
Will not kill. Just go on. Rest on your suspicion and move on. But it's an indication of
For a league god, whatever.
a nation morally upside down. You know, because now you
Keep
cannot
it.
guarantee that your child is yours. My. Let's take a break. We'll come back for the second segment, short segment, with number 5 on Billboard's 50 greatest of Afrobeat songs. And number 5 is a return from Whiskey, featuring Thames, and it's called Essence, a 2020 production.
Yeah. 25 years. Wow.
It's already 25 years now. Life
Yes,
moves,
25
man.
years. I can't believe it. 25 years on that particular song. I remember.
Well, tell you, sir, do you know if they put that thing to debate, you know, people will
Yes.
not support it for it
Yeah.
to become a law. Nobody
But
will support it though.
Vangas poll said 78% say they are okay for with it.
Should be
Anyway,
polls
most of
that they
them
are
will be.
conducting on
Maybe they don't
phone.
have.
Let
Maybe
people come out and
they are
vote.
bachelors. Maybe they are
Let there
bachelors.
be referendum. Let people come and vote in support. You'll be sure nobody will
Let's
come
move
out.
on. No.
It's really it could be
Select
scary, really.
parents. And
I
then
mean,
you know,
exam tó ti ṣe láti 25 years ago. Wàá gba
eh,
result, wàá sọ pé o fail.
sir, then you know another thing
Do
I
you
also
understand?
tell people. Another thing
It's
I also
horrible.
tell people is this person, you know, you remember that line in Things Fall Apart, where someone told Okonkwo that this boy calls you father. Somebody who has been calling me daddy. Where will I throw him? He's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
Yeah.
I'm used to him, he's used to me. Then so
Yeah.
me, I'll just stay in the realm of the unknown. What you don't know cannot kill you. Let's just
Happy now.
Because the next question would be, okay, DNA survive. Sister, where is this father? Do you
that's
get it?
part 2.
That's another matter entirely.
That's war.
Aha.
If you now find out that the father is close, that's another war.
That's another war. It could even
It's
be a
something you
driver
don't
or
want to
something.
open.
God forgive me. Look, crazy thoughts. So this morning, no, I reject it.
I had some time ago. I had some time ago. There's this Irish friend of mine.
Yeah.
The lady got pregnant, and Mark left, came back into the country, and he called me. He called me up that come, this lady is about to give birth. Let's go to the hospital. So when we go to the hospital, I saw the way Mark was behaving, and I said, Mark, what is it? You are agitated. What? He said, he's waiting for the lady to give birth first. That if the child is not an outcast, that he's walking out of that place. That because he's suspecting the ladies of having an affair with someone else and stuff like that one. So immediately the lady gave birth and we saw, okay, it was an outcast. And Mark said, okay, he didn't need a DNA test. That okay, this is baby and stuff
I'm
like
going
that
back
one.
in
And I was like,
Wow.
That was Essence by Whiskey featuring Thames and Vibes. Coolest Vibes. That's number 5 on the global list Afrobeat best all time according to Billboard. Now we're moving on. We are still on Niger trends last as we counter down to the end of the show. You can still call us. The number is 0913-697-3485. Our next story is on NNPC boss. Court freezes ex-NNPCL boss Mele Kyari's account. A federal high court in Abuja has frozen 4 bank accounts linked to former NNPCL boss Mele Kyari over allegations of fraud and money laundering. The EFCC told the court that over 661 million naira in suspicious funds were traced to the accounts, some disguised as NGO donations. The case has been adjourned till September 23 for further hearing. I have a caller. Is it from Emele Mikiari? Let's hear. Good morning. Who am I talking to? Good morning, Mr. Wodi. Come again. I didn't get that. I can hear you. You said you want to know the state units. I hope you know you are calling a radio station. Hello, I can hear you. Hello, I can hear you. I don't understand the caller. It says which state, which I don't know. Maybe he will call back and we can get some clarity. Okay, we are back. I don't understand the caller. Maybe you will try again, so we can deal with what he is asking. Yes, gentlemen, and this man looks very innocent. Looks very calm. During that face off with Dangote and all that, I say, this man is strong and all that. We have come to an unfortunate situation where so some people will steal money, or supposedly, allegedly, will steal money, and we say, didn't want. At least this one is not much.
You begin to answer for them, right? You begin to answer for them.
That is the word that they want you to find out. That is what
we are so dehumanized. We are so dehumanized that you now begin to you have a diminished expectation. This one, at least this one just 600 million. It's not more, at least, because you are hearing 600, 200
trillion.
Trillion.
NBC,
okay, the caller has called again. Let me see. Hello, good morning. Yes, I can hear you speaking. Oh, okay. Awode from Ikorodu, right? Now, you're on a program called the Vintage Talkshow. Do you want? Which ad? We haven't played any ad. Okay. You mean the Vigilante group? Okay. They are in Imo State. They are called Agune Chamber Vigilante Group.
Anambra.
Controlled by Governor Soludo in Anambra State. Yeah, they are in a town called Iba. Iba town, yes. Iba, like Yoruba's malaria. But I think it's a different thing in Igbo. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The one we are having in Lagos here, and as well as all the vigilante groups, they don't do that as. You don't react like that, and we are not trained to do such things. We are calm, we are trained, and we know what we are doing. If we are not in Lagos, I will play do something, and
you get across to them, okay. On their behalf. It was quite terrible. Thank you, Mr. Awode. For your intervention. The gentleman says he's a member of the vigilante in Lagos, and they don't behave like that. And so he was worried that he was somewhere in Lagos or in Southwest, so that he can get across to them. And then he apologized on their behalf. Yes, apology is okay, but they need to be punished. They need to be dealt with severely. You can forgive and still disperse the punishment. It's not a reminder. So you need deterrence. Okay, we're running pretty out of time. I haven't heard your comment about this KRE something. Anyway, let's say
I was saying it that a former NNPC boss, you know, sir, he actually built a bungalow, kept dollars inside.
Yes, I kept dollars. Yeah.
And there were ACs around the bungalow to keep the money cool.
The cooling. Oh, we have suffered in this country.
Yes.
Oh my.
And nowadays, you said the money is small. Well, I can tell you without that the money is not small, because that is the cash he wants to have at hand that you are seeing. Nowadays, that is why we have all these internet fraudsters. That's why you can't really go after them, because they work for these guys. What these guys do is that they buy bitcoins and stuff for these guys. So they store their money not in your currency again.
Cryptocurrency.
So you can't cryptocurrency. Yeah, they are into that's what they launder their money into now. So they just give these guys the money and they just turn it into crypto, and that is all. And they could go and hide it anywhere. As in, you just need the phone. Once you don't have access to the phone, or you don't even have access to their password, and you can't know the amount of money they spend.
Know the amount they have.
That is just the money that he wants you to see. 600 million is nothing.
Okay, so that's just his expense account.
Okay. Expense account. Thank you very much, sir. That's just expense account.
Okay. You know, I usually don't like to stay around these stories of frauding, defrauding, stealing.
Yeah.
It's very saddening. You know, it makes honest work look stupid. You know,
very much.
Foolish.
You know, it's just so sad. Let's go to this other one. That people still in Nigeria, they are insensitive to the callings of, to the signs of the times. And this is what I see in the next story I'm going to share with you. It said RMAFC meets to review salaries, not for Nigerian workers. The Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission has opened a retreat in Kano to review pay packages for political, public, and judicial office holders. Chairman Mohammed Usman said the review will balance fairness. With government's ability to pay, and that inputs were drawn from Rwanda and global practices. He stressed the review is not just about figures, but sustainability and affordability. Now, there's an outrage over this proposed pay for politicians. There's a growing anger over a planned review of politician salaries. RMFC chairman Shehu said the president earns just 1.5 million a month. Anyway, describing it as outdated and inadequate. But opposition parties, civil groups, and religious leaders have condemned the proposal as provocative, selfish, and insensitive at the time of widespread unpaid minimum wage. Critics warned the move could fuel unrest. The guy said it's not about the money, it's that the money is not enough, that they need to increase it. No, you see,
is it the president? Fudge. The guy talking. Is he the president? Let president come out and say, I need more money. Let him come out and say, oh, you owe to me. You guys, no. Come to think of it, what kind of, then they went to put, is this seminar or talk? What do you say they're doing now? Retreats, right? To determine, is an opportunity for them to review downwards the salaries of our guys who are working, who say they are working for us. It's too high. It's too. Let the whatever start from the kitchen. Let the cut down start from the kitchen. I'm really very, very unhappy this afternoon, this morning, because it's not speaking well. It's not holding well. As the president complained that his salary is small, has he come out to say, you guys, please, Nigeria, begin to look at this thing. I can't survive anymore or any longer on this salary. Begin to what's that for? Why? Is it just to distract us or annoy us? No, let's be serious. We have to do things properly. Let it be said and noted that everybody, if not everybody, okay, We are going through a lot, and people have gone through much, and they're taking things just the way it is. You want to up salary? Start from Alawi. Is our Alawi? Yeah, start from Alawi. Okay, then move on to pensioners. Then you move on to people with the service, public service, and the doctors who are working, and teachers who are yet to be paid in some states, and some states yet to pay the minimum wage. Let's see that. What's that one for now? We can't bring foundation down to a level and then say, let's build on it again. Build on what? When you are not even constructing this plan.
No, the studio is off.
Oh, that's true. Fudge. Is a studio off? Yeah, that's true. No, because what is this one now? Is it? I don't know.
This people,
this culture of impunity.
This people, it's bad enough how they are treating everybody. Then they will now roll insult on injury again. Like, what is it?
It's not staying well. It's not staying well.
So what I keep on saying is that we are all poor people. We are all poor people because the story broke. Nobody said anything.
What can we do?
Yeah.
What can we do? Really, you want to riot?
Want to go on the street?
If it is just everybody come out on your street, do you know how that massive? We are not talking about don't go anywhere. Just for you to protest that these people see we are looking at you and you need to do something about it because if it was me that wants to review the salary, if it was me, I would have done it quietly so that nobody will know. But all in all, it is because if we are here, you can't do anything. Either we shout or either we add or nothing. It is and it's a culture of impunity. Every time we keep on doing it to ourselves. It's a culture of impunity that nothing can happen because even the president said,
it's not of injury. No, let me say this. You'll be shocked that at the end of the day, presidency will set something up that would dissociate this presidency from such acts very soon. My concern is why take yourself for a retreat to talk about how you are going to review upwards salaries of Koyemi. These things you are using, aren't they effective enough? You sit in your house as a member, you log into the clinic, everybody is online, you can see each other. You are going to spend more money to go and discuss how we are going to spend less or more. It's not making sense somehow. Somebody is not Koyemi, I don't know. Maybe I'm alone in this way because
it was just about 2 or 3 weeks ago. For over how many months now that they've not paid what they call the wage award, 35,000 naira to each public servant.
They've not paid in some places.
So they just paid it again after how many months again? After like about 3-4 months of you saying that you are going to pay each month. And I'm looking at it now. This one is coming now, and I trust them quickly. They will pass this quickly. They will pass this.
I think somewhere along the line, let's give presidency some slack. Maybe he's really not aware. They are not aware of this movement. Somebody's going to say something about it. It's not working. He shouldn't be in the pages of papers now. It shouldn't be generally, being talked about. Anyway, they shouldn't even raise it. There are so many things. We need to be very sensitive to our environment now. Environmental intelligence is more about social environment intelligence systems and knowing what impacts other people positively or negatively, and you yourself taking the decisions where you are coming from. They all merge together. That's when EI is extremely effective. But I don't know.
And unfortunately, we don't have the unions again. Those ones are just they are just collecting their check-off due. Nothing else again.
It's tough.
Collecting millions and billions check-off due from people, and they are not what they are elected to do. Even the unions are not doing it again. Where is the NLC in all of this? Where is
You
the
know, I don't know if you read this about the pensioners recently. They said they were about to choose a new set of executives for the pensioners. There's a name for them. And the national body said, no, they should stop it. They shouldn't do it. Yeah, it's all over the place now. They shouldn't do it. And they're asking why we shouldn't. They said, then the body said, no, the past set of people need to come and explain how money was spent. That's accountability. And it was starting from the right place. I read that report and I said, yes, probably we're getting it right gradually. Nothing has been proven yet about whether the money was misspent or whatever, mismanaged. No, they want a clean bill, auditor's bill. Once they get it, they now say, okay, proceed to now have elections for the next set of people. And I applauded that. Okay, fine. Accountability, check. No problem.
Accountability is a very big issue now, even with the union. I remember there's a case of this Academic Staff Union of Research Institute, Azuri. They have an issue now. The Secretary General is he has perpetuated himself in that office. He's not an elective office again. The man has set up the place just like that. Professor Undukaku. Yeah, that's his name.
Alleged, right? Allegedly, right? Or we have something.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir. This is factual, true and true.
It's a big case. I don't think it's. I think we should all come together. This money thing is not right. It's not making sense anymore.
There is no election for that office again. So anything you want to do is always there. And now the issue is this: they keep on getting check-up deals of hundreds of millions and billions from all over Nigeria, and nobody asks anybody how is the money spent. All you know is that at the end of the month, your money, you just see that okay, they've removed their due, and you can't question them on anything. And that's how we run now. That's how we run now in the country. That's how we run now. Everybody keeps on doing anything they want, and these people now they are going to Mr. T, mark my words, they are going to pass this very soon, quickly.
Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. But you know that once they take their decisions, they have to pass this to the Congress, Senate, right, for endorsement.
Did they have to?
I'm not sure. I think that's what the law says. It's about payments of salaries for public service holders, including the people of the Senate, right? I'm sure. So it still has to be endorsed finally. Is there? Oh, yeah, I think that's why the step down is. Let's wait and see how. Wow. Well, yeah, I think we should just sign up somehow. I'm believing, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not been a very good Saturday. Saturday is good for us, but the stories today have been very interesting and tongue lashing as well. Yeah. And that's why I think generally on the general scope, you do something bad, you must be ready to serve the term. And that's why it's important for us to make sure that people who misbehave publicly, who misbehave and misrepresent the Nigerian attitude, culture, and focus should be dealt with. There should be repercussions at the end of the day. Taking the cue from what happened to the female call girl has to be done. Something has to be done to them, not just say they are dismissed. No, how can you just say
they say they are suspended, not dismissed, sir.
Oh, they are suspended. Okay, so they are still under interrogation or investigation, right? And let them continue. We are waiting. We are all waiting for the result. Yeah, we will wait. We'll wait. Because it's so untidy. He would wait. I saw them being paraded on the national TV the other time. I was looking at them. Be shameless. You see them as big as some of them are grandfathers. The way I saw some posters, and I'm saying, why? What for? Okay, it's all right too. It's fine. Well, I think we can. I don't know what's happening, but
We can sign off. I don't know if we are
yeah,
still on YouTube or.
and that's a tough one. I think the studio is off though because it affected Bosun as well somehow. It's all right.
Okay.
Okay, I think yeah we should because very soon they will be in the studio again to do a commercial break, which is for 5 minutes. So we are all gone now. Okay then.
Okay.
So
Okay,
have
sir.
a pleasant weekend. Yeah, those who are listening to us, we thank you for listening wherever you're picking us from. Okay. So Damola, take care of yourself. Have a beautiful weekend. Right.
Okay. Same here too. Bye, sir.